Hey, church family. Have you ever thought about the power of the choices that we make in life? When it comes to this subject, I think we can learn something from Abraham's nephew, Lot. When God called Abraham to leave his home, Abraham's nephew, Lot, followed along. This meant he was able to watch up close and personal the decisions and lifestyle of a man, Abraham, who, though imperfect, is nonetheless remembered as a champion of the faith. Lot faced challenges along the way. Living in Canaan with his uncle, he soon discovered that the land could not support both Abram and Lot with all their flocks and herds, living so close together. So disputes broke out between the herdsmen of Abram and Lot. In order to solve the issue, Abraham told Lot to settle wherever he wanted to, and Abraham would go the opposite direction. This was where Lot began to make those little decisions that set him on a bad path in his life. First, Lot chose to settle in a place that looked good to him materially, but was not good for him spiritually. Next, he pitched his tent alongside the men of Sodom, who were exceedingly wicked and sinful against the Lord. And in Genesis 19, we find that Lot was sitting in the gate of Sodom. Now, only leaders, politicians, and people of influence sat in the gates of ancient cities. What that tells us is that Lot went from being a resident of Sodom to being a representative of it. When God was about to destroy the city, Lot lingered, and angels basically had to drag him out of town in order to get him to leave. The New Testament says Lot was a righteous man. And he was righteous because at some point he must have followed Abraham's example and said, "I believe the Lord too." But though he had a saved soul, he had a lost life, one that was wasted. What Lot's life shows us, among other things, is the power and consequence of choices. One little choice leads to another choice, and then another choice, until you're sitting in the city gates and lingering in a place that is slated for destruction. If you find yourself deadened and numb to the sinful place where your bad choices have led you, it's time to leave Sodom. Not tomorrow, today. Make the choice today to turn your back on what you know you should turn your back on and come back under the grace of God. I love what the text in Genesis says. When Lot still hesitated, the angel seized his hand and the hands of his wife and 2 daughters and rushed them to safety outside the city, for the Lord was merciful. I pray that you'd realize that the Lord wants to be merciful to you, and He will be, but you have to invite Him in. Amen.